Well, 680's Richard Southern joins us on this fine Friday. Richard, Donald Trump is taking aim at Canada once again, threatening our lumber industry now a day after starting that potential trade war.
We're his favorite subject these days, Francis. So yeah, the U.S. president tweeting this early this morning. He said, quote, Canada has treated our agricultural business and farmers very poorly for a very long time. Highly restrictive trade. They must open their markets and take down their trade barriers. They report a really high surplus on trade with us. Do timber and lumber in the U.S. So seemingly alluding maybe there to more tariffs on Canadian lumber products. He later said that he wouldn't mind doing separate trade deals with Canada and Mexico rather than a renegotiated NAFTA. Market reaction to this? Not that bad. Wall Street closed sharply higher. The TSX was down, but only by 17 points. The loonie did weaken a bit, but all in all, Francis, investors taking this in stride, and I'm sure we'll hear a lot more next week about the trade bickering.
But there was another tweet by Trump this morning that moved financial markets and may have actually broken a long-standing Wall Street rule.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about the word embargo here in our business all the time. You get information, you're not supposed to divulge it until a certain time. 7:21 this morning, Francis, Trump tweeted, looking forward to seeing the employment numbers at 8:30, seemingly indicating that they may be good. Right after that, the price of gold started to fall. Stock futures rose. The U.S. dollar really surged. Sure enough, at 8:30, when the report came out, it showed 223,000 U.S. jobs created, way better than expected. Now, there's been a rule that White House officials, they get the number early, but they were not supposed to divulge it. And seemingly, Trump did give the market a hint about what was to come. Not supposed to do that. Now, the White House says he didn't break any rules, Mr. Trump, because he didn't give the actual job number. But nonetheless, big market reaction to Mr. Trump's tweet this morning, Francis.
Now, we know that teens are constantly online, but it seems that social media trends are changing.
Yeah, there's a big study up by the Pew Research Center about just what teens are using online. And look at that, it's YouTube that really leads the way. Instagram, very, very popular as well, with 72% of teens say they go on that regularly, followed by Snapchat and Facebook. Twitter, Tumblr, Reddit rounding out the list. Interesting to see the breakdown as far as household salary is concerned. Teens that lived in a wealthier household, a little bit less likely to use Facebook. All told, though, Francis, 45% of teens say they are online almost constantly, all the time, logged in online.
Wow. Well, it means that we really do have to activate our, well, me anyway, my Instagram account, I guess, right?
We were talking about this the other day, because 680 has an Instagram account. Do follow 680, and I got
hip
one.
With the kids.
Very hip with the kids, so you got to get on that, and we'll follow each other. And you can post pictures of your dinner.
Yes.
And your lunch.
That'd be great, with a filter.
Right.
Vegas casino workers are officially on strike. What is the world to do? So work action could actually cripple Sin City this weekend.
Yeah, the picket signs, they're already ready to go there in Vegas. We've been following this one closely. 50,000 Vegas bartenders, food and cocktail servers, porters, cooks at 34 of the biggest hotels. They are on strike, but they do remain on the job right now as the negotiations continue. They could walk off literally any moment. So we've been following this story closely because a lot of Canadians go down there. 42 million visitors a year is what Vegas sees. If we do see a strike, the casinos stand to lose about $10 million per day. So we'll keep you updated on this one.
Now, this is a shocking video. You're going to show it to us. It's a U.S. televangelist asking his followers to buy him a $54 million private jet.
So we've all maybe been in a position at some point in our lives, Francis, when we had to ask someone else for money, but I think this really takes it to new heights. He's prosperity televangelist Jesse Duplantis. This is not his first jet that he wants. This would be his fourth. And he put a video out to ask his followers to give him the $54 million for the jet. Take a look.
This way I'm going. Praise God, what I believe in God for. Let me just say this. We're believing God for a brand new Falcon 7X so we can go anywhere in the world one stop. Now, people say, my Lord, can't you go with this one? Yes, but I can't go at one stop. And you see, if I can do it with one stop, I can fly it for a lot cheaper because I have my own fuel farm. And that's what's a blessing of the Lord. But this one here, I have to stop, and then you pay those exorbitant prices for jet fuel all over the world. We've asked the Lord Jesus Christ, and we're believing God. In fact, he told me, Jesse, it was one of the greatest statements the Lord ever told me. He said, Jesse, you want to come up where I'm at? And I said, what do you mean? He said that before you ask, I'll answer. Isaiah 65:24. I said, yes, Lord. He said, I want you to believe me for a Falcon 7X. So I said, okay.
Wait.
So it seems Jesus has a very nice taste in airplanes,
And
Francis.
I didn't know Falcon X was in the Bible.
Apparently it is. But he didn't. He has a jet already, but it has to make a stop. So that was a big issue for this televangelist, who, by the way, has a reported net worth of $40 million.
I guess he wants to be closer to God at a higher altitude, but there must be more economical ways.
30,000 feet closer to God, absolutely.
So speaking of taking flight, if you're planning to hit the golf course this weekend, you may be interested in a new golf cart.
I think this is the way I'm going to do it the next time I'm on the golf course. This is Bubba Watson, and look what he's got, Francis. It's a flying golf cart. Look at that, whizzing from hole to hole. It's in collaboration with Martin Aircraft, can reach heights of 3,000 feet, can travel 80 kilometers per hour. The idea is that in between holes, golfers can simply throw their clubs in the back, strap in, and take off and land again at the next hole. No word on when it's going to hit the market, but it's going to cost $200,000, so you got to save up for your flying Bubba Watson golf cart.
But will it help your game? That's the question.
Well, whether or not you got a good game, you can look like you know what you're doing flying around the 18 holes.
Because you won't look ridiculous at all. That's good. Yeah.
Not at all.
Thank you, Richard. Have a great weekend.